Kyle.
Windjammers!
Jammin'.
Welcome back to head-to-head. I'm fucking great, dude. I won a game last round. That was pretty good.
Do you feel like that's the step in improvement? Do you think you can... Do you think, first of all, do you think you can get to 10?
Oh, absolutely. All I need is you to need 6 more phone calls, and I'm fucking good to go, dude.
Do you think you can win?
Ooh. Oh, absolutely.
No, I heard the ooh. That was a contemplative ooh. Like, ooh, that's a tough question. You know what? I'm pretty behind. I have to be realistic with you, Bob.
Who the fuck is Bob?
Oh, wow, you're going to play with the bouncers. Sorry, Bert McKenzie. Bob's cousin.
Is that where that name came from?
Yeah, he only exclusively follows Windjammers. He's stuck in the 80s himself, so... He wears the redneck tuxedo. He's the one.
What the fuck was that, Ryan? Come on.
Even with the poofy collar. You know, it gets cold in the Windjammers arena. Doesn't look like it because it's a summer sport, but... You don't know that we're actually playing inside of these domed grids, and outside we're in Siberia. That's actually where we are. So
oh, okay.
Tournament is being held, yeah.
Oh, okay.
People don't know this, but this.
Why is there not a Russian character? I just realized. We need a fucking Zangief.
The Russian character is the one forcing us to do 100 games. That is the.
Didn't we pick that ourselves because we're idiots?
And owner of the league.
That's why we had a nice 5-month fucking break. Radomir Schmooten.
Yeah, he's the leader.
You're the fucking worst.
To do this. Also, if I'm the Roman Reigns, then he's the Vince McMahon. So Wessel here is his boy. He's the closest he could get to Russian, right?
He's pronounced Vessel.
He's Ruseving it. he's Ruseving it basically.
Rusev Butya. Rusev Bachka. Bum, bum, bum.
Ooh. Wessel.
Vessel.
Anyway, is it Kessel? The Kessel Wessel?
It's Vessel.
Oh, he's a vessel? Like, oh yeah, so he's the vessel for Schmooten.
That's just how that is pronounced.
Schmooten. That's the dumbest name ever.
Yup, you're not wrong, Ryan.
That's the most kindergarten take on that. I love it, though. We're all secret.
Yes! It wasn't even for the match. I just... For like the round.
Might be the best thing that I've ever heard. That reaction topped Schmooten for me. Holy man. That one caused.
Oh no, the bouncer got me.
Up in the press box, he face pumped it up. His
boy's
got to win. The fix is back in though. Kenny Omega's here. No, he's the cleaner, not the fixer.
Yeah, the fixer's Dan Reichert, dude.
Apparently Kenny Omega's. Or I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I think he might be voicing him. I don't know. A character in Street Fighter.
Wait, really? That sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Final Fight.
Yeah. He's Cody from Final Fight that's coming to Street Fighter. But they
released
a trailer for him, and he's all suited up, and he looks like Cody Rhodes, like literally.
Oh, that sounds rad.
But then they cut to the footage of like some live action of it, and it's Kenny Omega dressed as him, and I'm like, shouldn't it be Cody Rhodes?
I mean,
it's just me, but his name's Cody, and look at him. He looks like what Cody is right now, especially the gimmick. Like he's dressed all in suits and like short-cut blonde hair. Like that's Cody Rhodes. Sorry, the American Nightmare Cody. He doesn't have Rhodes anymore.
Right, because
which even fits into better because his name's Cody. It's just Cody. Oh.
Yeah, because they can't use Rhodes because WWE owns that name, right?
No, he can use Rhodes. That's his name.
No, it's Runnels.
Oh. I didn't realize that. I thought it was... You're joking me.
Fuck you, Ryan!
Good show.
Yeah, did I cheat in that one too, Ryan?
Oh, I got a tissue up to my face. Wessel. That's what Putin...
I think it's a sweatband.
Schmooten's doing.
Ryan, you're gonna get us assassinated. We're gonna get drone striked.
No, you're right. Hey, I'm a fan of Ovechkin. He's my favorite player, so... Apparently Putin called Ovechkin. That's what Ovechkin said in the media conference, that called him and wished him good luck and congratulated him. Oh, the loser gets to pick, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to my favorite level.
Did you forget that?
Yeah, it's been so long since I've lost.
Hasn't been. It was last episode, actually, Ryan.
Ooh. You gotta switch it up, man. This constant UK. Here we go.
No, dude.
Concrete.
It seems to be working for me right now. Oh, right. This one has the fiver on the ends. Oh, fuck. I went early. Yeah, 2 points.
2 points. Oh, she pronounces it differently.
Yeah, it's a different woman. You can tell because her bathing suit's a different color.
Yeah. Otherwise, though, identical.
I mean, you joke, but yes. How was that only 3 points?
I salvaged a 3 out of that.
It was in the end.
It's because I got it and moved it over into the 3
Oh, I
and then
guess.
pushed me back.
I was just gonna say, like, that's what... Dude, this is on fucking Miller exclusive map. Wait, what the
This
People
music
started
gets
talking.
jamming.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, throw a plate in the air. Catch it, because that's what the game is. What we don't know is that these guys are all actually just professional waiters. Which is why Kyle's got the secret strength here. This is his true-born skill.
I mean, I am the best waiter. Out
It's
of the
true.
3 of us. Out of the 4 of us. I'm going to include Shane in that. I'm a better waiter than Shane.
I think you are too. It's okay.
Well, you would have known that firsthand
Oh.
if you guys had come into my fucking restaurant when you came through, Ryan, but no. There we go.
I think I might be able to compete with you when it comes to fast food service, but that's not waiting. That's different.
Maybe.
It's just because I was manager and stuff for so
I
long.
was
mean,
too.
We
I
both
was-
were
I
too. Yeah,
supervised, but yeah.
We both were. I think though McDonald's gets a different level than
Over
than
DQ?
Dairy Queen. Yeah, not just like
I had-
amount
I
of
had
customers
ice cream
and stuff,
too.
but like, huh?
I had to do
True.
ice
So
cream
did
and
I
food.
most of the time.
Yeah, but like, you had to make like an ice cream.
But
I had to do like
keep in mind too,
recipes.
I was also working night shifts,
I was.
so I was doing a million more things than you.
Do you mean like overnight or like?
Yeah,
are you
like
talking about-
overnight.
Oh, okay.
Like, so I did close and open, and then when we were 24, not close, just like switch over. But
Yeah,
keep
well, I mean, I
getting
did
going
closes
for, like
and
an
opens all
hour.
the time.
And it would, yeah, but I'm just saying that like, Dairy Queen's not 24 hours, right? So,
Also, no, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say that my management experience trumps yours. I'm also managing the restaurant tomorrow, like the real restaurants.
I'm not talking about management experience. I'm
Yeah,
just saying fast
I
food.
know. Just it was a fun segue because I'm not a manager, obviously, but
Not that that's an impressive skill, by the way.
not in fast food. No, considering I was doing it at
no,
19.
I'm saying that I'm not. No, I'm saying not that having fast food experience. Not that me going, hey, the fast food experience edge is a good thing. No, that's not what I'm. You just know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you now.
I am not intentionally bragging about this to be like, hey, this is a great skill. Only saying that that's just the.
Yeah, that's a good way to make money. Like,
Not really.
not to make a lot of money, but
No. If you,
There are
count
worse-
living costs, pretty much no. It's a good way to stay still forever.
yeah, to not die.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, to cease to exist in any meaning. Yeah, I agree. It's not meant to be a career, in my opinion, for anybody.
Oh, no.
It's not designed in a way that should be, but unfortunately, some people find themselves in situations where that's what it is.
I think you can work as a supplementary income if you don't have any kids. If 2 people work fast food, live together, and that's like you can make money
Well,
that
I think
way.
I think there are situations where it totally works for people's lives. I just think it's not your like. I think it's usually
Nobody's
people
ideal.
Yeah, well, even then, right? I think the amount of people that it usually works for their lives are usually older. It's like, hey, I'm done my main career.
Or
I have
teenagers
enough.
where I don't have any bills.
Yeah,
but
like
this
it's
is a
where
really good way to make money.
you can work part time and not care. So then you're not like burned out by by the.
Yeah,
that's
when
one of
you've
the things,
also
like,
got
just-
your RRSP coming in, it stings a little less
if
when
you
you're
have
only
to,
making
if you
$11
have to
an
work
hour.
5 or 6 days a week there, it's not a good experience.
No, it
If
fucking
you can
sucks.
get away with doing like 3 days a week at a service place and you can totally pay your bills because of other your life is set up in a way, then I think it can be an ideal, right?
Like
And that's what I've
tips.
seen. A lot of people in my experience at fast foods, like the older ladies and stuff were in there, they all seem to really love it. But anyone who was like younger or like even in their 20s or like for a lot of cases, the foreign workers who would come in who would have degrees and stuff and would have to suffer through it. It's just like
Yeah, well,
nobody-
they're waiting
none
for
of
their
us
stuff.
none of us want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, this
Yeah.
isn't where we want to be. We don't get joy out of doing this.
Yeah. I didn't work with anybody who's foreign when I was in fast food, but we have it a lot at the restaurant. They don't seem to mind it as much.
I would say though,
But it's also a
if we were
slightly
to
better job.
legitimately compare our management skills, I think you would have an edge more in the management skill perspective because you were more managing more employees on a regular basis, where when I was working night shifts, I was just simply doing more work. As
Yeah.
in, it was me and one other person, right? So it was
Well,
basically me and a
and-
friend who I knew literally doing everything. Like it had nothing
Yeah.
to do with managing people. It was basically just work your butt off to clean
Cover
everything and
yeah.
reset everything and serve all the customers by yourself. And we had constant times where, oh, there's a bus from a Greyhound that comes. There's 30 people, but like we
Yeah.
blissed through it because we were four-year
Rad.
fucking veterans at that point at fucking McDonald's, right?
Yeah, which is a very long time in fast food with the turnover rates the way they are.
Like we didn't stay at one for 4 years, but like combined.
No,
experience,
but
like
yeah.
each of us had been, because I remember at the time my friend, like he's the one who got me into it at the first place, and so then like I was there for off and on about 3 years, and that's when I first became like management. But like
Yep.
I just don't think I had good experiences. The overnight one was really bad. Like him and I had that moment where we were like, we don't get paid enough to do this, and it was when we had a mechanical garbage in the lobby. Right?
Yeah.
And it didn't happen every week, but like every couple of weeks, depending on the flow, it would have
Things
to
would,
be
like, break?
No, you would have to take it out. And the way that this mechanical garbage gets taken out is so the mechanical garbage just crushes everything, right, to make it super heavy.
Oh yeah, it's like a compactor kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a compactor. So what we had to do is take a machine that's like not machine's the wrong word. It's more like a dolly, right, that hooks into the mechanism, and then you can wheel it out, right? You can wheel it out to the garbage can. Well, you have to keep the tray it's in. So the only way to dump it out is to we would hold the whole dolly and everything up to the dumpster, right, and try to dump it all out and let gravity do its thing, right? That would be the way to do it, and then you'd have to keep the dolly. Well, yeah. So in this case, we wheel it out with the dolly, we get it out, we put it in, and then as we're holding it, it's not perfect and whatever, and the frickin' the whole thing, including the case that's on it that we need to keep, falls into the dumpster.
So now you have to go hunting through a dumpster?
So my friend had to climb into the dumpster, go grab it. He just jumped, and he couldn't get it. It was dark because it's, we're working night shift, and it's snowing. So it's just like, this is, you know what I mean? And then people were showing up, so I had to run in. Like, it's just one of those days, right? And then I remember when I came out to get him from the dumpster, because I just handled everything myself. And yes, we were that good. I could do 4 or 5 orders.
Yeah, but you also can't blame him, because if he's been rooting in a dumpster, you can't fucking, like, go and serve food right after that. There's a cleanup process that is now happening.
I had to run in and clean up myself, right? And then go take their orders and make all the food myself. But that's not that hard, honestly.
No, but like
in those places,
he has a little more of a cleanup than you do if he's just been rooting around in a dumpster.
Yeah, but I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying that.
No, of course. But I'm just saying, like, it sucks. Like, it's more efficient to leave him there.
It's just one of those moments where he just looks at me and he's just like, dude, we don't get paid enough to do this. And he's like, and you're just like, he just dawns on you. He's like, you're 100% correct. Like, that's not this is ridiculous. Because, like, you have to consider, too, the amount of money that corporation has. You're telling me they couldn't come up with a better way to do that? Are you joking?
Oh, they could, but it will cost slightly more, and they don't care about you as people. You guys are easy to replace, right?
Exactly. Someone will do it. Someone will roll around in that garbage can when it happens.
Yeah, for $10 an hour or whatever.
Oh, well, we were obviously, like, I think we were making like 15 at that point, or 16. But
yeah, minimum wage is a little different here. It's like 11.30 here right now.
Yeah, I know. Alberta's we have money.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I take a win after Kyle stole one to start this week's episode.
This is the second match we've done today. You've just won 2.
Well, not today, because if you see, it's 11-2.
Yeah.
All right, 1-2.
Yeah, this was the second one of this.
So it's 31 to 5.
Yes.
Okay, got that correct. Revenge. I gotta get off Wessel now. I've been having some fun. Schmooten's been satisfied.
First of all, he's German, so
yeah, but that's his boy. That's the only guy he can get. Like, again, I told you it's a Rusev situation. You know how Putin supported Rusev, even though Rusev's not Russian. He's Bulgarian.
Fucking basically the same thing.
Oh my god!
Kyle just like shitting all
Bulgarian ever. Oh,
and Russian.
Our fan base in Bulgaria drops. No, we don't have a fan.
No! Do you think one of our 30 subscribers is from Bulgaria, Ryan?
Maybe, you never know. The world's a big place.
That would be dope. But... I mean, we do have one in Australia. Shout out to Boom. Got one in the UK. Our boy Lynch.
And I'm about to lay the boom on you. Here comes the ready or now. Here comes the miss and the
Did you say ready or now?
It's
ready or not.
Whatever.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's hey man, you totally missed that or misnaming that not that great song.
Dude, that's an iconic jam.
Did you just call it iconic?
Yeah, I was kidding.
Yeah, and the way that Britney Spears is iconic. Come on.
I mean, she actually is iconic, to be fair.
No, she's iconic in a pop culture way, not in like a musical listen, I'm not going to offend anyone who likes to listen to that. You can listen to that, but it's not. Come on, that's business more
there's a
than it
difference
is
between whether you think
music.
something is good or if it is has had an impact.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I recognize it has an impact, but I'm saying it has an impact from a pop culture perspective, less so from a from a musical perspective. Like, she's not going to get remembered as one of the greatest musicians of all time. She's going to get remembered as one of the greatest pop culture icons of all time. That's a difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like think of the Beatles and stuff, or Michael Jackson. She's not Michael Jackson, the girl. That's not what she is. None of her songs are like the things that people study. You know what I mean?
Dude, oops, I did it again. Noah wrote a video. No, he didn't. And also,
Instead,
I'm not going to say he
study
never
her
will.
fandom and her impact on the world. That's more of a celebrity than it is.
Yeah.
Not that I'm demeaning anyone who wants to listen to the music. If you like the music, it's fine. But it's the same thing as like the Spice Girls or stuff like that, right? Like these other musicians that happen to be pop culture icons, some of them also had Beethoven level musician impacts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think that's the art crowd respects them just as much as the pop culture crowd. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
I don't
one
think
thing
that's
that
the
I've
case with
learned
someone like Britney Spears.
About the art crowd, based off of, like, especially when it comes to music. For anybody who doesn't know, the Ryan and I, well, all of us are friends with the guy who runs the Polyphonic YouTube channel. Yeah, but he and I talk quite a bit about different things.
Yeah, 3-point.
Nice. And we look into like the analytics of stuff a little bit more. Just it's a good learning experience for me of like seeing how a successful YouTube channel does things.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Oh fuck. Okay. I had to go aggressive.
I know. I thought you were gonna move up because I was holding it and going
Well,
slow.
I also
thought you'd think I'd reg the time, so I was like, if I reg
well,
the time,
you didn't have enough time to
panic.
Ryan, I don't panic. That's your thing.
No. I mean, is it? Look at the scoreboard.
You do panic in games all the time, and you're the one who argues that panicking is good.
It can be.
No, it's not. It's having a rational mind. There's no those are oxymorons. You can't cautiously panic.
Yeah, no. There's like the panic is coming from an overcautiousness of overreading. So in most situations, I agree with you. If you panic, it's like one of those situations where you're going to misread or you're going to make a mistake. But if the type of thing that's coming at you just requires a quick reaction, sometimes panicking can just accidentally put you in the right position. It's what goaltenders do. If you don't know where the puck is, sometimes just panic and just stay big.
Well, that's one of those things where moving is better than doing nothing. That's not panicking.
But it is panicking because they can't see anything, and they're basically just reacting to if they're reacting.
That's not what panic means.
Yes, it is.
Reacting? Okay. No, it's not. You're fundamentally incorrect about this.
You're making a panicked reaction. The panic reaction is to go to a default reaction, to go to the only thing you know. That's a panic reaction.
This is fundamentally incorrect.
Dude, I've watched enough UFC to completely see that this has lots of benefit, but only in that.
I'm saying that your
context.
definition of the word panic is wrong. Is what I'm saying.
Why?
Because it's an emotional response. If you decide, you can never decide to panic. That's not what panic is. You can do things that are alike to panic, but that doesn't mean you're panicking. Panicking is an emotional response that you cannot control.
Yes, but okay, of course, I agree with that sentiment. But I agree that panicking is an emotional response.
As soon as we get to the words "cannot control," then that fundamentally defeats your argument.
I'm not saying you have to strategically control it to make use of it, right? I'll give you an example, right? Jar Jar Binks. What is Jar Jar Binks? Just a panic character. How come it always works out for him? Because it's fake and it's writing. But there are situations where someone panics and accidentally makes the right decision without knowing it. That's what I'm saying.
Makes the right decision is the wrong word.
I'm not saying they're consciously making the right decision. I'm saying that happens to have been, if you were to study it, the decision you should have made. It's just they didn't, you know what I mean? They just stumbled.
Yeah, so they fluffed the nuts.
That
doesn't mean that it was a smart decision. That's like the person who panics and goes all in on fucking 7 deuce and wins.
I'm just saying.
You did say the word. It's the optimal decision earlier.
But that's the point, right? Is that in that situation, if you were to step back from it and study it, it may not be it's not necessarily being emotional that's the right decision. It's what you would do if you were emotional that's the right decision.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. It's that if in that case, if you're making the decision to do the highest percentage play, that doesn't mean it's it's an emotional response, and that means it's not panic.
No,
so
that's
if you
fair.
don't
I'm
know where
only
the puck
saying-
is,
I'm only saying
sometimes
that-
it's not
I'm
your
only
fault
saying
that you
that
don't
how
know where
you
the
would
puck
study
is.
that is based on seeing how decisions on how people panic usually, and the type of decisions they make, and what it can lead to, right? And that's how you would then go, hey, okay, is this the right decision to make? You would no longer be making a panic decision, but you'd be making a decision that panic people
Right. So
often
like,
make.
if you have
That's
two
all I'm saying.
goalies and one legitimately panics and starts flailing, I don't think that guy made or was like. I don't give him props for that. I'm saying that that was a mental weakness. If one loses track of the puck due to no fault of his own and knows that the puck could go in, so he starts flailing his body around because not knowing where the puck is, that's his best chance of stopping it from going in. I don't think that's the same thing. Even though their actions are the same, one's panic and one is not.
But
so by that logic,
you,
panic is
aren't
bad.
Aren't you assuming to know what the emotion of the
Well, yeah,
person who's
we're
making the rational decision is?
Yes, because at this
make
point
a rational decision while panicked.
No, that's the very antithesis of those same things. Rationality and panic are opposed.
No, so you're basically saying if you're angry, there's no way to kill the anger. Never goes away. There's no way to fight it.
Well, panic and anger. Okay, fear and anger are two different things.
Well, no one mentioned fear.
Well, panic is a derivative of fear.
I mean, yeah, but you don't have to feel fear to be panicked. Like,
no, but they're
especially
the same,
if we're comparing it
those
like
trigger
with the
the same
sports
emotional senses of
conversation,
your
right?
brain.
Because it's unlikely, cause even though they're competing, right? It's not their life isn't in the line, right? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
but
they're not fearing
still,
anything.
Dude, they still. Well, hang on. You don't have to have
Fear of
life or
failure,
death.
maybe. That's about it.
Right. Well, even dude.
Or the
fucking,
fear of making a mistake.
Yeah, people have fear when it doesn't have life or death on it all the time.
I don't view that as fear. That's just me, though.
Okay, well, I mean,
I'll
that's...
give you that because I
Yeah,
agree that
you're in the
other
minority on
people
this
view
one.
that differently, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, I have... You know... If we're, like,
I'm
in the
just
middle
saying
of
that
an episode
people
and things
make
are going
decisions
badly...
and work through emotions, and sometimes can, like, some people are capable of doing that, is all I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
not
sure.
like
Ooh,
just
that was
because
a
you're
close
feeling
one.
an emotion that you're, that you're deer in headlights or something, that you're incapable of making any rational decisions. It's just harder, right?
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely
You are now impacted by an emotion. Right, that's a thing all the time, right? Like you're the goalie example we were making is perfect for this, I think, where a goalie can't see the puck, so they panic, like they feel the panicked emotion.
Well, I'm saying that's not panic if they're unless they're like generally like, oh god.
If they feel the panic emotion and then fight through it to make a decision,
Yeah,
how
then
is
they're
that
not
not
panicking.
fine?
That is fine, but they're not panicking. Feeling the emotion is different, right? Same thing as somebody who feels
How
fear.
are they not panicking if they feel the emotion? If the emotion,
Because it's giving into the
chemical
emotion that's
releases
panicking.
If
you let the emotion take over, then that's panicking.
So you mean so you have to 100% embody the emotion for it to be defined as that for you?
I don't fucking know what you even mean with that sentence, to be honest. So I don't want to commit to it.
Well, like if you're angry, right?
100%? What the fuck does that mean? Like, what if you're 97% angry? That means you're not like. That's not what I'm saying at all.
I'm not trying to use 100% from a mathematical perspective.
Well,
I'm just saying.
That's what 100% means. What are you talking about?
Kyle. That's like sigh.
Sigh is right, Ryan. Sigh is right.
You took that way too literally. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Math is
Like,
really serious
like 100%
business. Yes.
guaranteed, right?
Hatsune
When someone says
Miku couldn't
100%
stand up to that
guaranteed,
shit.
We all know that that's not really. There's no scale. It's not.
I
like
mean,
60% guaranteed. Marketing uses that shit. It's hyperbole.
If you say 100% guaranteed, that's actually a legal thing. You are 100% guaranteeing something.
I'm basically. No, I'm not talking about contract terms, Kyle.
No, I'm saying like you can't just like when marketing says that like no, there's meaning behind those words beyond just like we're trying to sell this thing. There's an implication there.
Kyle's never seen infomercials, I guess.
Well, yeah, because their thing is 100% guarantee or your money back. Oh, also
And
we have
a
all
lot
these
of
terms and
times they've
conditions.
scammed people.
Yeah. Oh, because there's a fine print that you didn't read.
Yes, but I'm just saying their marketing isn't earnest. It's hyperbolic. That's all I'm saying. That's what I was being there. When I said 100%, I was meaning
Yeah, I just
you're
didn't catch it at the
you're
time.
viewing it as a line. You're either over it and you're feeling like the emotion, you embody the emotion to the point where you are panicked, or you are feeling the emotion, and if you do not let it embody you, you are fine. You are not panicked. You simply felt panic and then reacted accordingly.
Yeah.
According to you. Okay. I don't completely disagree with that. I think there can be, I guess I think there can be room in the scale where I think someone could be, you know what I mean? Like, I guess it's just because I've seen, like, I think context matters for that, but I think sports creates a lot of situations, especially fighting, where you can see that context, right? Where you're going to see panic, especially related to the fear thing, because you're fighting, right? So you're dealing with, I'm going to take damage, I'm hurt, and like the amount of times people make bad decisions when they're panicked, cool down, like it's like they constantly go through different states of that emotion that I don't know, it's intriguing to then see. Like I guess I should say that has kind of blurred my definition of it, because it's like, to me, if you feel the emotion, that's what I would say, then you are in a state of panic. What you do with it then is up to you.
Yeah, I guess just for me, it's just like, I'm gonna relate this to XCOM,
because
it's kind of the easiest way to do things. No, it's okay. So like, because with sports, like, sometimes you'll still end up making the optimal decision, but that doesn't mean you'll still end up making the optimal play, but that doesn't mean it was an optimal decision. So let's say
like you didn't think about it. You just happened to make you reacted correctly, but you didn't really know about it.
So let's say that the making the optimal decision thing, that was so close. That making the optimal decision thing was like landing the shot in XCOM, 34-5, by the way. Let's say that's landing the shot. So when you're looking at sports, sometimes they'll still make that off of instinct, and that's fine. But if panicking gives you a 75% chance of making that play, and not panicking gives you an 85% chance of making that play, panicking is not the right decision there, even if it led to proper results.
Even if it led to proper results, yes.
Yeah, because you can still land that, but like, why are you giving away that 10% for free if you can avoid it? Why would you ever?
Correct.
So that's why I say that panicking is never the optimal decision, because even if it leads you to optimal results, that doesn't mean that's always had a better chance.
That's on that scale of only the XCOM context. That doesn't bring into play other random
that exists
factors,
in the
right?
real world.
Because we live, but not really.
But we can't measure it. No, we just can't measure to that.
No,
issue.
we couldn't 100% determine and everything, like because we live in a human world of unknown variables. So,
wait, are you? This is a much longer conversation about determinism we will have to save for the next episode, because that gets longer and complicated.
No, I'm not. I mean, we're not going to get into any long-term conversation for that. I'm fine if you disagree. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
There are situations where, like, you could use the extreme version of this example, but like you're sitting on a sidewalk, right, on a bench, right, and something happens that requires you to react, right? Or like, let's just assume, since you're using the XCOM result, let's apply that critically to what's happening, right?
Sure.
You're a soldier on the street hunting someone. You got bad guys around. You got a shot lined up. You're hiding behind cover. All these things are happening. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna say this demeaningly, but you know what I'm saying. It's not turn-based. Kyle knows that. So everything's happening at once, right? Like, the amount of things that could happen in that situation that, to a degree, a game like XCOM does factor in, like cars blowing up and other circumstances. But I mean, like, a fucking tree could fall on you, man, from where you're standing. Like, there's a million things that can happen in that circumstance. Like, I'm not saying that we do not account for a lot of them, and we don't do situational planning, and there isn't statistical results based on that, and we don't make a lot of good and analytical progress on a lot of that stuff. Only that, I mean, there's still a random factor to the universe to a degree, like that there's still, and that's been proven tons, right? One of the tests they did on all those atoms, right, where they do a test on it over and over and over again, and every now and then it does something and they don't understand that then it's just at random and they don't know why, and that's just part of science sometimes. That's like the Big Bang stuff, man. Like, there's a lot of random to the universe to a degree, but there's also a lot of fixed and studied and understood. And I'm not saying that means it's necessarily random in the sense that it's completely made up. There's no way we will ever learn about it. Only that because we do not understand it, it appears random. That is on a higher level of the universe than we are at, to a degree, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, so the leading theory is that all of this is stuff that if we had a perfect machine that could calculate every variable, we could account for all of those things and know exactly what was going to happen.
Yes.
We don't have.
But because of our limited perspective, there are things that appear to happen at random.
Yeah, so this actually completely makes my argument.
That is what I am saying.
My point is that you're taking away information when you panic. You're giving yourself less information so that you're increasing the chance of random variable. That was my entire argument, actually.
But so my point was that if the random variable, like it falls in such a way that it creates a situation like I'll use the tree example I was just making, right? Let's say you're sitting there, random tree falls on you. If you had your gun and happened to be panicked and not lining up shots, and we're just like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna throw my gun away and run. If that perfectly lined up when the tree happened to have fall, that would have been the right decision. You would have had no idea of knowing that. But your panic led to a win there. Like I'm saying there is a Jar Jar Binks-ness to reality.
Right.
It is very rare. No. It is very uncommon. I agree with that. It is very like we're talking 0.001% statistically. These type of things happen, but they do happen. People experience them. It's
so you can get lucky,
weird
or if you're not panicked, you just see the tree and you fucking move.
Well, yeah, in that situation, yeah, there are situations where the tree falls, you see it and stuff, and you move. This is a specific context where you would have other focus on.
Yeah, okay, so we can line up really weird, hyper-specific examples where you can get lucky.
But I'm just
saying
that's all I'm saying is there are contexts in. I'm just saying don't go with the absolute. There are technically contexts where making a panic decision happens to end up dice rolls into the, if you will, dice rolls into the right result. D&D version, you happen to do a crit fail on something while you're fighting this giant boss, but your crit fail happened to create a cataclysmic earthquake or something that makes the ground collapse. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
We call that failing forward, Ryan.
Yeah, failing forward. Is that what they call it?
That is the D&D term.
You do that in Bloodborne all the time.
You do that in Bloodborne all the time. See you guys next time.
Forward. Oh yeah, this episode's still going. See you later, people.
Yep.
Kyle needs more than RNG.